takes a long time to introduce all of you. So let me introduce myself to you and then we proceed. I'm very happy to meet you all you guys today. Um, and you know the purpose of going through these classes, GATE classes, whatever English verbal syllabus is there, we are going to cover here. And happy to meet you here in this platform. Fine. Today, let me introduce myself to you. This is Dr. T. Murari, Professor of English from SV College of Engineering. Today, we are going to discuss tenses, right? So, you might have gone through this subject already in your school days, even in junior college, maybe in first BTech. But the thing is, when we come to what I can say, campus drives, right? Most of you guys are not able to communicate yourself, right? Are not able to present yourself, right? It may be lack of phobia regarding English and lack of confidence, and you are not up to the mark in soft skills, etc. In this regard, tenses will help you a lot to communicate with others, right? So, before going to enter into the tenses, I would like to tell you one or two lines regarding communication. Right. So communication, what is communication? Most of you guys may feel that communication is somewhat difficult. It is a difficult term, and you may imagine that is a something big. It's not like that. Communication is nothing but what you are trying to say to others. They should be able to understand. If you are able to make them understand other people to whom you are saying something, some message, or sharing some information, of course, you are a good communicator. Right. But coming to communicating through English, so here we need some formalities, right? So knowingly, unknowingly, you guys sometimes may speak informal English or butler English. There may fall some mistakes, right? So overcome this, tenses will help you a lot, right? So you might have gone through this already, and once again, I would like to let you know regarding these tenses and what are the types, examples, everything we'll discuss today. And see, let me define tenses. So the concept of tense is a method in English that we use to refer time. Simply, we can say that tense is nothing but time, and it explains variations in expressions regarding time, right? In other languages, time may be different, but whereas in English, regarding this tenses, which indicates time, is entirely different, right? So overall, briefly, we can say that tense is nothing but time, right? So tense is divided into three types. Basically, tense is divided into three types. They are present tense, past tense, future tense, right? And every tense has four forms, right? So three types and four forms. 3 into 4, 12 forms we have, right? So therefore, total tense has 12 forms. That is what you have to remember. And let us see what are the 12 forms, right? So you can see here how these 12 forms are formed, right? So first, present tense. So every tense has been divided into four forms. As it is showing in the picture, you can easily understand that. So present tense, past tense, and future tense, three types. And if you take first present tense, so present simple, present continuous, present perfect, present perfect continuous tense. Same thing with past tense also. Past simple, past continuous, past perfect continuous. And coming to future, future simple, future continuous, future perfect continuous tense. Fine, guys? So these are the three types and four forms each, total 12 forms. And let us see first one, present simple. Present simple is used for various purposes formula, right? For various purposes, right? So there are different purposes using present tense, right? What are they? Let us see that. First one, for daily routine. Whatever you want to express daily routine, daily whatever you do in routine, those expressions are, those things are, you can express in simple present tense. Example, we can go here. I go to college every day. You do it every day, right? So I go to college every day. And for second one, for general facts, whatever the general fact you want to discuss, you want to express, you want to talk, you can use a simple present tense. Example, this shirt costs $10. Right? This is general fact. And for regular actions, right? Regularly, whatever we do actions, whatever the work we do, we can express in simple present tense. And here we go through the example for regular action. Kiran eats lunch in his office. Right. So here you can find a difference. Taking to first example for daily routine, what I have mentioned here as an example, I go to college every day. So here you can observe the verb go, right? Whereas coming to third one for regular actions, Kiran eats lunch in his office. So the difference between first example and the third example. So what you can find here, in first example, verb is only singular. It seems a singular verb, go. Whereas coming to third example, eat, it's showing eats. It seems the verb is plural, right? Why it is like that? The difference is here in the third example, subject is third person singular, Kiran. In the first example, subject is first person singular, right? So what you have to understand here is whenever we use in the sentence, in the simple present tense, subject as third person singular, verb takes S or ES, right? So again, you may get a doubt when verb takes S and when verb takes ES, right? When verb ends with O, it takes ES. When verb ends with without O, it takes only S. So in the third example, when you observe it, Kiran eats lunch in his office. So here, EAT, eat, this particular verb does not end with O. That is why we added only S to this verb, right? And again, you may get doubt that what are the third person singular subjects, right? So let me give you clarity regarding that. First person singular I, first person plural we, second person singular you, second person plural also you, and third person singular he, she, it, or any name, and third person plural they, these, those, right? So here, as we discussed it just now, third person singulars, he, she, it, or any name. So if you use this kind of subjects in the simple present tense, then automatically verb takes yes or yes. So that is why we mentioned here eats lunch in his office, right? And another purpose for using simple present tense is for scientific reasons. So let us take one example. Water gets a solid state at 0 degrees Celsius, right? So this is a fact, right? Scientific reason. Water gets solid state at 0 degrees Celsius. The same sentence we can say in some other way. Water melts, ice melts at 100 degrees Celsius, right? And for traditions also, we can use a simple sentence. So here, let us take an example. Hindus burn the dead. This is Hindu tradition, right? Muslims bury the dead, Christians bury the dead, whereas Hindus burn the dead, right? So in these all purposes, we use simple present tense. And next one, present continuous tense, right? So even the simple present tense, let us go through once again the formula, right? So subject plus V1 plus object plus complement. This is the formula. So how you apply formula in the mathematics, right? Like algebra, something like that, a plus b whole square equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. You apply usually, right? Same thing in tenses, especially, we can use this formula. Subject plus V1 plus object plus complement, right? So we need one subject, one verb, one form. I mean, first verb, first form, right? And object. Complement is not compulsory. According to necessity, we can use complement or not, no problem, right? So this is the formula. Whatever the examples we have gone through this here, you can apply the same formula, right? So you see here in the first example, I is a subject and go V1 verb, to college is object term, every day is a complement, right? Same thing. You can follow with the same formula. You can write n number of sentences examples in simple present tense. At the same time, you can talk also. And let us come to the present continuous tense. Here, see the formula: subject plus am, is, or, either am or is or plus V1 plus ing form plus object. Right. So this is the formula for present continuous tense. The same present continuous tense we can also express as present progressive tense also. Right. Fine, guys. So for continuous action in progress at the moment, we use present continuous tense. Right. For continuous action in progress at the moment. So the time we are talking, at the time we are talking, whatever is happening, to express such things, we can use present continuous tense, right? So here example, she is watching TV, right? She is watching TV. What is she is watching TV. So for this example, is or right. So as she is a subject, we take is. It's a combination helping her. And watch is V1 and ing form. When you add both the two things, V1 and ing form, it becomes watching, and object is TV. She is watching TV. And one more example, we are discussing English grammar. So what is happening with us, you and me? What is happening between you and me right now at present? Right? What is happening? We are discussing English grammar. So here subject is we, and as we is a subject, we take the combination helping verb or, right? Because we is a plural verb, right? Sorry, plural subject. And or is a plural helping verb, discussing English grammar. So we is subject, or helping verb, discussing V1 plus ing form, and English grammar is object. And not only for this, not only for continuous action in progress, but also for future plans or arrangements, we can use present continuous tense. So that is why I mentioned one more example here. And you can see the first example, he is going to visit Chennai tomorrow. He is going to visit Chennai tomorrow. So actually, future action, if you want to say something about future action, we use future tense, simple future tense. But even in present continuous tense, we can express future action like this. He is going to visit Chennai tomorrow. And second example, Ravi and Rakesh are joining us for dinner next week. Right. This is also future action. What is going to happen next week with Ravi and we both? So that is what we are trying to say right now. Right. Ravi and Rakesh are joining us for dinner next week. Right. Next one, present perfect tense. Right. So here the formula subject plus have or has plus V3 plus object. Right. So here in this tense, verb third form, we have to go through the verb third form. Right. So with actions that happened in the past at an unspecified time. For this situation, we use present perfect tense. This is also called as recent past. Present perfect tense is also called as recent past. Right. So let us check it out. Example, according to the formula, I have taken coffee means just before you have taken coffee. Means the feeling of taking coffee you have on you still. That is why you say I have taken coffee. Right. So for example, if you took coffee long back, right, you don't have any feeling regarding that taking coffee in you, then you need not to say that I have taken coffee, right? So it means what you have to understand here, present perfect tense, whatever we did just before, that action impact is still on us. For that particular thing, we can use present perfect tense, right? I have taken coffee, and she has got first rank. So getting first rank happened with her just before, some time back, right? Not very long ago. So this is what present perfect tense. Here, You can apply the formula I is a subject, have, because I is a subject, the combination is have, and taken is a verb third form, take, took, taken is a verb third form, coffee is the object. And coming to second example, she has got first rank. She is a subject term. This is third person singular. When third person singular we use in present perfect tense as subject, automatically we take has. Right? Got, get, got, got. Got is a verb third form. First rank is object. For actions that have never happened, for this particular purpose also we can use present perfect tense. Right? I have never broken bones. Right? I have never means I don't do such action. I never do this. Right? So there are some actions which you never do. For that also we can use present perfect tense. And he has never bought a
Sir,
car. Right? Yes, please.
Presentation అయిపోయింది.
Excuse me.
Screen is not visible, sir.
Hello. Screen not visible.
yes, sir.
My goodness.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
1 second. 1 second. Okay, it's happened. Uh, Still, is it not visible, my dear friends? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Not visible.
Not visible, sir.
Not visible. God, what happened? In the beginning, it was visible, no? I think I have seen that.
Yes, sir.
Sir, in beginning it is visible, sir.
One second. One second, I will log in once again. Huh?
Okay, sir.
Is it visible now? Guys?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Arre,
Now it is visible.
Yes, sir.
is it visible?
Now, okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Can you
sir.
see the screen? Fine. I'm trying from
Yes,
the
sir.
beginning again, my dear friends. Yeah. So there is some technical problem. Okay, let us go through that once again. So tense is divided into three types now. Present tense and past tense, future tense. And every tense has 4 forms. And 3 into 4, 12 forms. Right. And see, you look at here, present simple, present continuous, present perfect continuous. Past simple, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. Future simple, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous tense. Right. So total 12 forms. Right. And present simple, I told you once again. Let me remind you for day. What are the purposes using for present simple tense? For daily routine, for general facts, for regular actions, for scientific reasons, for traditions. Right. So we have gone through the examples also. All purposes. I go to college every day. This shirt costs $10, and Kiran eats lunch in his office. Water gets solid state at 0 degrees Celsius. Hindus burn the dead. Right. So we are applying the formula as we discussed earlier, like subject plus V1 plus object plus complement. Simple present tense. And coming to present continuous tense, formula subject plus am or is or are plus V1 plus ing form plus object. Right. And example, she is watching TV. We are discussing English grammar. Not only this, we have another purpose also for using present continuous tense. That is, we can express future action also while using present continuous tense, right? For example, he is going to visit Chennai tomorrow. Ravi and Rakesh are joining us for dinner next week, right? And um, present perfect, right? So if you go through the formula, subject plus have or has plus V3 plus object, right? So here we are taking two have forms, either have or has. So the importance of have and has is how, what, where we can use have and where we can use has, right? So this is a question here. And when we use a subject as third person singular in a sentence in present perfect tense, then we take has. For remaining all subjects, we can use only have, right? So let us see the example, right? I have taken coffee. She has got first rank, right? So here in the first example, I is the first person singular. So we are using here have. And second example, she is the third person singular. So we have taken has, right? And for actions that have never happened, also we can use present perfect tense, right? Example, I have never broken bones, and he has never bought a car, right? And present perfect continuous tense, right? From this we are going through, right? Listen carefully. And here you can see the formula: subject plus has or have plus been plus V3 plus object, right? So here, one second, V1 plus inform actually and object, right? And you see the example. For actions that began in the past and continue to the present. This is very, very important. So what is the, if you question yourself, what is the purpose of using present perfect continuous tense is the action began in the past and it is continuing to the present, right? So for the time what we are discussing now, till that moment, the action which started in the past, it has been continuing. For this purpose, we use present perfect continuous tense, right? For example, the baby has been crying for 2 hours, right? You observe the example carefully. The baby has been crying for 2 hours, right? So it means baby started crying long back, sometime back, and still she is crying. So this is what you have to understand here. Baby started crying sometime back, and still she is crying. The process of crying has been happening for 2 hours. The process of baby crying has been taking place for 2 hours, right? And at the same time, when the action crying started 2 hours back, sometime back it's happened, and it has been continuing for 2 hours. This is what you have to understand. Means the action that began in the past and continued to the present. The baby has been crying for 2 hours. And one more example, she has been waiting for him since morning, right? She has been waiting for him since morning. Means she started waiting for him in the morning. The action is still, it is continuing. It has been happening still, right? One more example, they have been working in this office for a couple of years, right? So here the subject is they, right? So that we are using, as the subject is there, we are taking have. And the first example, the baby, the third person singular, we have taken has. And second example also, subject is third person singular, so that we have taken has combination. Whereas coming to third example, they is plural subject. This is not third person singular. That is why we are taking have. This is also very, very important. You have to observe and understand, right? So they have been working in this office for a couple of years. It means they started working in this office sometime back, and still they are working. They are working to the present, right? So these all situations we can use in present perfect continuous tense. Next, simple past. So far, in present tense, 4 forms we have already discussed. Present simple, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous tense. Now, let us switch over to simple past, right? So here, formula is subject plus V2 plus object, right? So what is the purpose of using simple past? For events that started and finished in the past. For events that started and finished in the past. Example, He called me 1 hour ago. Right. Event started in the past and also finished in the past. This is what you have to understand. Right. Event started in the past and also finished in the past. Right. He called me 1 hour ago. So calling me, action is here. The action what we are discussing about is calling. He called me. Right. When he called me, right. So it's happened in the past. And one more example. She, she went to Delhi last month. She went to Delhi last month and they completed their task. These all actions took place in the past. Right. So if you go through the formula to check it out, the example, so he is a subject called V2, me is the object. 1 hour ago is the remaining part of the sentence other than subject and verb plus object. The remaining part of the sentence is 1 hour ago is called a complement. Right. So this complement is not compulsory, but we can use according to necessity. Given, check it out. Second example, she went to Delhi last month. She is a subject. Went is a V2 verb, and to Delhi is object. Last month is complement. They completed their task. So here they is subject, completed verb, their task is object. So there is no complement in this third example. Fine. Next, coming to past continuous tense. Right. Subject plus was or were plus V1 plus inform plus object. Right. So what is the purpose of past using past continuous tense? For events that were in progress in the past. So you just remind once again present continuous tense. Present continuous, the purpose of present continuous tense is so the events that are happening in progress at the present, that is present continuous tense. Whereas past continuous tense, a simple variation is the events that were in progress.
తాగొచ్చు ఏదైనా ఫ్లూయిడ్స్ కానీ ఇస్తే బాగుంది డిహైడ్రేషన్ అవి ఇవి తగ్గుతాయి బాగా
Excuse me, somebody who is at the background noise,
తాపచ్చు
please
ఏం
mute
కాదు
yourself, guys. Guys, can you mute yourself? Number 349. Number 349, please.
Prithvi Teja, mute your mic.
Guys, is it visible to you? Hello, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine,
Visible,
thank
sir.
you. Fine, thank you. So, the purpose of using past continuous tense for events that were in progress in past, right? So, example, they were watching movie on Sunday. They were watching movie on Sunday. Means last Sunday or before Sunday. What happened? What they were doing? They were watching movie, right? The action was in progress in the past, right? And second example, she was reading a novel yesterday, and I was working with my colleagues last month, right? So these all three examples refer the action was in motion in the past, right, guys? Next, coming to past perfect, right? Past perfect formula: subject plus had plus V3 plus object, right? And the purpose of past perfect tense is for past events that happened before other past event, right? So you just try to understand this a slight line here. For past events that happened before past events, it means there are in this particular tense, past perfect tense, we discuss about two past events at a time, two past events, but one event happened 1 hour, one event before, right? Means two sequent past events. That is what you have to understand, right? If you go through the example, you can understand better, right? See, by the time we arrived station, the train had already left. By the time we arrived station, the train had already left. So this is very, very important, my dear friends, right? In most of the situations, this particular expression, you may get confused how to express that, right? And you see here, by the time we arrived. So arriving to station is one incident. Train leaving the platform is another incident. So two incidents took place in this example. We arrived to the station and train left. Two incidents. Both happened in the past tense only. But the thing is, the incidents happened one after another. So whatever the incident happened first, that particular incident we mention in past perfect tense, right? And the other one is simple past tense, right? You observe the example once again. By the time we arrived, right? We arrived is simple past tense. By the time we arrived station is simple past tense. The train had already left. Train had left is past perfect, right? So here you can understand the first happened incident is leaving the train from the platform is first. Arriving to station, we arriving to station is second incident, right? So whatever the before incident we mention in past perfect tense. And let us go through the second example here. When we reached the theater, they had already sold tickets. When we reached the theater, they had already sold tickets. So selling tickets is first happened. We reached the theater is a second happened incident, right? So the first happened or the before happened incident we mention in past perfect tense. Next, past perfect continuous tense, right? So here the formula subject plus had plus been plus V1 plus inform plus object, right? And you see the purpose of using past perfect continuous tense, past for past actions that continued up to the another point in the past. For past actions that continued up to another point in the past, right? So an action had been continued in the past tense to another point in the past, right? Already happened time in the past time. So that is what the purpose of using past continuous tense. Let us see the example. Before he lost his job, he had been working on some important projects, right? Before he lost his job means, if you observe this example, what did you understand? He already lost his job. This is one past event. So it's already happened. Leaving the job already happened. Before leaving the job, what happened? He had been working on some important projects, right? So he was working on particular job in one company or one firm. Before working in that firm as an employee or before doing job, he was doing some other thing. What he was doing? He had been working on some important projects. So this is what the importance of using a past perfect continuous tense, right? Past actions that continued up to another point in the past, right? And if you apply the formula here for this example, he is a subject and had plus been plus V1 plus inform, work plus ing, and on some important projects is the object, right? And let us go through the second example. They had been hoping Peter would make a full recovery after the accident, but he died, right? So actually died, he died is a simple past. Before he died, what happened? They, in the sense, it may be Peter's friends or relatives or somebody else who were close to Peter. So what was happening with them? They had been hoping Peter would make a full recovery after the accident. So through this example, or in this example, what we can understand, Peter met with an accident, and people who show concern on Peter, they were expecting Peter that he would recover from the injury what he got, but unfortunately he died. So see how beautiful the example is, right? So one past incident we are mentioning, and before the past incident, what was happening we mentioned in the past perfect continuous tense, right? So if you go through this and try to understand in a better way, and you apply in your own uses, it may be either writing or speaking, and you see you will be a good speaker, right? No doubt about it. And next, let us come to simple future tense. Subject plus will or shall plus V1 plus object, right? So the purpose of using simple future tense is for expressing future actions. Example, I will go to Chennai tomorrow. They will come to Tirupati on coming Sunday. Right. So here the future action, what is going to happen in future is going to Chennai. When the action is going to take place? Tomorrow. Tomorrow is a future action. I mean future time. Tomorrow is a future time. Right. So in future time, I'm going to do some action that is going to Chennai. Right. I will go to Chennai tomorrow. Right. And second example, they will come to Tirupati on coming Sunday. Coming Sunday is also future time. Right. So on coming Sunday, what is going to happen? They will come to Tirupati. Right. This is also future action. And apply the formula for this for these two examples. The first one, I is a subject, and we are taking combination. Future form is will, and go is V1. To Chennai is object. Tomorrow is of course a complement. Right. And they is a subject. Will combination future form for subject they, and come is a V1, and Tirupati is object. On coming Sunday is a time, future time, and it is also complement. And future continuous tense. Right. So the purpose of using future continuous tense is for actions that will be in progress at a time in the future. Right. So all continuous tense express actions in progress. All continuous tense. It may be present continuous tense or past continuous tense or future continuous tense. Right? Express action in progress. But the difference is present continuous tense express action in present. Past continuous tense express action in progress in past, and future continuous tense express action in progress in future. That is the difference you have to understand. Right. And the formula is subject plus will or shall plus be plus V1 plus in plus object. Right. Don't call me at 6 because I'll be driving home from work. Right. Don't call me at 6 because I'll be driving home from work. Means from office. I'll be in driving from office. Is what. And here, if you apply the formula to this example, I is the subject and will combination future form, and be and drive plus in driving and object home from work. Right. And second example, at 10:30 tomorrow morning, we'll be giving a presentation in English class. At 10:30 tomorrow morning, we'll be giving a presentation in English class. Right. So tomorrow morning is a future time, and particularly tomorrow morning at 10:30, what is going to happen? We'll be giving a presentation in the class. Right. So here V is a subject, will plus be plus give plus in, and object is a presentation. In English class is a complement. Right. Fine. Next, future perfect tense. So future perfect tense, the purpose is for action that will be completed before a future time. Right. So in future, for a particular time, so and so action would be completed. That is what we express in future perfect tense. So let us check it out the formula. Subject plus will or shall plus have plus V3 plus object. Right. According to subject, we may take the future form either will or shall, and have is common, and V3 verb third form and object. Right. And let us go through the example. I will have written a book before I am 40. I will have written a book before I am 40. Right. Means at present my age is less than 40, and by the time when I reach 40 years old, right, I may have completed writing a book. Right. So this is the future. But in future means when I get 40 years old, what work will be done? What action will be taken place? So writing a book with me may take place. Right. Of course, it will happen. This is future perfect action. Right. And second example, we are late. By the time we get to the theater, the movie will have started already. Right. So we are planning to go for a movie, but it is already delayed. By the time we get to the theater, the movie will have started already, right? So we are expecting this. It would happen like this in the future. And third example, we'll have traveled to 12 different countries by 2015. Sorry, not 2015. The time has to be changed at 2025, right? So we will have traveled to 12 different countries by 2025, right? So once we enter into 2025, 25th year, so we'll have traveled 12 different countries. That is what our plan. By 2025, we should have completed traveling different 12 different countries, right? And next, future perfect continuous tense. This is the last form in tenses, 12th form, right? And the purpose of using future perfect continuous tense is for actions that will continue up to a future time. By the time she graduates, she will have been studying for 7 years. By the time she graduates, she will have been studying for 7 years, right? Now you observe the example, the action that will continue up to the future time, right? How long it takes to complete that particular action means in this example 7 years. By the time she graduates, means once she becomes a graduate, she will have been studying for 7 years. How long she has gone through study? 7 years, right? Future perfect continuous tense. And you apply the formula here, subject she, combination future form will, have plus been plus V1 study plus inform. Studying for 7 years is complement. And second example, by 7 p.m., I will have been working on this project for 8 hours straight, right? By 7 p.m., I will have been working on this project for 8 hours straight. Means 8 hours back, I started working on this project, and action has been continued, right? Means the action started sometime back, and it's continued in the past tense and going to be continued in the future tense, and so on so time particularly, right? Future perfect continuous. So these are the 12 forms we have in tenses, my dear friends. And I would like to share you some other table regarding tenses. One second. Guys, is it visible to you? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Fine. The complete list of English verb tenses, right? So you may find verbs confusing. Take a look at this chart of English verb tenses to help you understand when to use each one, right? So you can see here the 12 forms what I showed you earlier in the graph. You can see now it is in bit clear in table, right? So present, past, future. We have 3 types in tenses, and each tense has 4 forms: simple, continuous, perfect, perfect continuous. And you see here, if you take present simple, the verb, suppose if you take example, speak is a verb. If the subject is third person singular, we use it as speaks. For all remaining subjects, we use a speak, right? And in continuous tense, we take am, is, or helping verbs and verb plus inform, speaking. And in perfect tense, how or has means has or how plus V3, right? So speak, spoke, spoken. For speak, so, no, verb, spoken is a verb third form, right? V3. And perfect continuous tense, have plus been plus V1 plus inform, right? Have been speaking. This is what happens in present simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Same thing with the same verb in past tense. Simple present tense spoke, and past continuous tense was or were plus speak V1 plus inform, speaking, and perfect had plus V3 had spoken, and perfect continuous tense had plus been plus V1 plus inform had been speaking. And coming to future, future simple, right? Subject plus will or shall plus V1 plus inform plus object, right? So will speak or going to speak. Both we use. Name, as I told you, even in present continuous tense, we can express future action. Here we use going to speak. Our future simple will speak. I will speak, she will speak, he will speak, whoever it may be the subject, right? We take will form. And continuous tense will be speaking. Future continuous tense. Future perfect will have spoken, right? Subject plus will or shall plus have plus V3, right? Will have spoken. And perfect continuous tense will have been speaking, right? Formula subject plus will or shall plus have plus been plus V1 plus inform, right? Plus object, of course. So we'll have been speaking. So this is what the table for using the complete list of English verb tenses, 12 forms, right? And I would like to show you one more example regarding this. Look at this, guys. Is it visible to you, guys? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Fine, fine. And you see, what are the other situations and some other examples how we can use it in different purposes, right? Simple present tense, the purpose every day or sometimes, always, often, usually, seldom, never, right? First, etc. Or then also sometimes, right? Fine. And let us go through the examples, right? Simple present tense is also called as a statement or affirmative, right? So here I would like to express and I would like to show the difference, what I can say, statement, a negative sentence, and interrogative, right? If you make it as a question, interrogative is nothing but question, right? How we can change a statement as a question and a statement as a interactive, negative sentence, right? If you go through the example, the first one, I work. This is a statement, I work. Usually I work. And negative sentence, the same statement that we can change into negative. I don't work. I work is a positive. I don't work is a negative. And if you want to change as a question, the statement, I work, do I work? If you take do before the sentence, automatically it becomes as a question, right? You just mind it, whatever the statement you want to make as a question or an interrogative sentence, before that statement, we should use auxiliary verbs. Then automatically it becomes as a question, right? So auxiliary verbs are nothing but do forms, have forms, modal verbs. All these called auxiliary verbs. Among this, according to necessity, according to subject, whatever we require, we can use that particular auxiliary verb. Before the, if you take the particular auxiliary verb before the statement, then automatically the sentence becomes as question or interactive sentence, right? So, and the first one is I work is affirmative or statement, and negative I don't work, and question do I work, and second one he works, he doesn't work. He works is a positive or statement or affirmative sentence, and he doesn't work is a negative sentence. Does he work is an interrogative sentence. I go, I don't go, do I go? He goes, he doesn't go, does he go? Right? You have seen the variation. This is in simple present tense and present progressive. I am working, same example. So I'm going through the same example because you can understand better. Using the same example in different variations, in different forms of the tenses. I am working, present continuous. I am not working, negative in present continuous. Am I working, question in present continuous tense, or interactive sentence in present continuous. He is working, he is not working, is he working? I am going, I am not going, am I going? He is going, he is not going, is he going? And simple past, I worked, I didn't work, did I work? In this particular example, what you have to understand is, see, when you are using a negative sentence, I didn't work, Work is actually V1, but it is a past action. Work is V1, verb first form. It is not a past form, but first form, verb first form, but still it explains the past action because already we are using do form, did, as a past verb. That is why after do form, you just understand one thing and you mind one thing. After do form, always present form only we use, right? So I didn't work, did I work? He worked, he didn't work, he did work. I went, I didn't go, did I go? He went, he didn't go, did he go? Right? That is past and past continuous tense. I was working, I was not working, was I working? Right? And past perfect tense, sorry, present simple present perfect. I mean present perfect. Right? I have worked, I have not worked, have I worked? He has worked, he has not worked, has he worked? I have gone, I haven't gone, have I gone? He has gone, he hasn't gone, has he? Right? Present perfect progress in nothing but present perfect continuous tense. I have been working, I have not working, have I been working? And second example, he has been working, he has not been working, has he been working? I have been going, I have not been going, have I been going? Right? And coming to simple past perfect. I mean past perfect. I had worked, I hadn't worked, had I worked. He had worked, had not worked, or he hadn't worked, had he worked. Right? And past perfect progressive means past perfect continuous tense. I had been working, I had not been working, had I been working. He had been working, he had not been working, had he been working. And coming to future, simple future, I will work, I won't work. Won't is a contrasted form. It means will not. Won't is nothing but will not. I will work is affirmative or statement. I will not work negative sentence. Will I work is interrogative sentence or question. And he will work, he won't work. Will he work? I will go, I won't go, will I go? He will go, he won't go, will he go? Right. I'm going to future or future continuous tense. I am going, I am not going, am I going? Right? For example, let me say the complete sentence. I am going to work, not going to work, I going to work. Right. He is going to work, he is not going to work, is he going to work? Right. And future progressive means future continuous tense. I'll be working. Right. I won't be working. Will I be working? He will be working. He won't be working. Will he be working? Right. And future perfect. Right. I will have worked. I won't have worked means I will not have worked. Will I have worked? Interrogative sentence. And he will have worked. He won't have worked. Will he have worked? Right. And future perfect progressive means future perfect continuous tense. Right. I will have been working. I won't have been working means I will not have been working. Will I have been working? He will have been working. He won't have been working, or the same sentence we can say in some other way. He will not have been working. Will he have been working? And I will have been going. I won't have been going. Will I have been going? He will have been going. He won't have been going. Will he have been going? Right? So these are the different examples how we can apply in all 12 forms in tenses. Fine, guys. So do you have any clarifications, my dear friends? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Fine. Thank you. Hope all of you would understand what we have discussed so far. Thank you. And we'll meet in the next class.
Thank you, sir.
Good night.
So can you share PPT, sir?
What?
Can you
Pardon
share
me?
this PPT? Can you share this PPT, sir?
Yeah. How can I share you? I don't have your WhatsApp numbers or group. I'm not in your group or something else. How can I share you? You better do one thing, my dear friends.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Tell me, sir.
Among the crowd, any one of you take it initiative as a representative and form a group, WhatsApp group. And before that, you get a permission from Gautami madam. And you add me also in the group, and we go through
They
that.
have already
I'll
one
share.
group, sir.
Yes.
They have already one group, sir.
You have group? Do you have
Yes,
group?
sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
You add me in that group, and I'll share this material. Okay.
Sir,
Who
I
is this,
think CSC, for CSC there is no groups, sir. For CSC people.
Yeah. That is what I am trying to say, my dear friends. From different branches, we gathered here, right?
Yes,
From
sir.
different branches, we all gathered here. And
Yes,
this
sir.
is a very fortunate occasion. And what I'm trying to say right now is, you better communicate with each other. And any one of you take it initiative and be a representative, like how you have CRs in the class, like that. One of you be, it may be boy or girl, right? Be as a, or you both, right? CR or LR, like this.
Sir,
This
final year
particular
students
case.
also unnam, sir.
Okay, no
Hello,
problem.
sir?
Yeah, okay. Final year students want to take it. Yeah. Saujanya. Hello. Saujanya,
Sir,
did you
final
hear
year,
me?
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Sir, final year
Give
students
us
కూడా
time.
ఉన్నాం కదా, sir.
Yeah, let it be final year students, Saujanya. What I'm trying to say is, even
Yes, sir,
final
I
year or
understand,
third
sir.
year, any one of you. Yeah. We need one from girls and one from boys. It may be final year students. You take initiative as a seniors, and you form a WhatsApp group, and you add me also in that group, and we'll go through that. But one thing before that, you get permission from Gautami. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Fine.
could
Thank
you
you.
share your contact numbers, sir?
My share, you can see here, right? Can't you see me? My number here.
No,
You
sir.
please note it down.
We can.
988.
Sir, could you
Any
share
one
in
of
the
you please
chat
note it down.
message, sir?
988 988
One second.
522
988.
522
Yes, sir.
5741.
5741. Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
988 522 5741. Is it 515? Lakshmi Narayana? Is it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you are from?
CSC, sir.
Fine. Okay. Fine, Lakshmi Narayana. That is my number.
Yes, sir.
Any one
Okay,
of you. It may be final year students or third year students, any one of you. One from girls
Okay,
and
sir.
one from boys. Take it initiative, form a WhatsApp group, and get
Okay,
permission from Gautami madam and add me in that group. And we get communicate with each other, right? It will be very easy for us, right? Thank you, guys. Good night, all
yes,
of
sir.
you.
Thank you, sir.